Just to check if this is this live. Mm, 00396. There. I hope this one will finish. 13985. Started. Came over here. Yes. Let's start this live stream. Okay. I'm really sorry for today's thing. Today is a lot technical issues happening. We don't know why it is happening. I am not an IT person. I wished I was an IT person to understand it. But what is happening basically? YouTube is again and again stopping the live stream in between. We are actually having like the net is getting shut down completely, and within just 1 minute again it is coming back, which is making what cutting our live stream and creating a new one. Every time a new live stream is created in the YouTube, for me, I have to add that link into the app. Okay. Because to be very frank, in the even if you are I'm going app live in the app, I'm going via YouTube only. Okay. So YouTube, if it stops, then that live stream is live over here. But again, that is still that point only when it will stop. I have last live stream was regarding 1 hour 15 minutes. You can see it again and again whenever people enter, it will just see that 1 hour 15 minutes, not the live one, not like when I am speaking with you. Okay. So this is the last attempt we have made. I have 1 hour with all of you people. I will do my live stream for 1 hour and we will see if everything goes good or not. Okay, so first of all, let's just like wrap it up. I have already discussed a lot of things with you regarding the rewards, regarding what you can earn, regarding what this, what that, blah 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 scenario. I've already discussed everything with you. Okay, now the main thing which we need to discuss is a good topic. I want to teach you regarding an ORB strategy plus a little bit about a market structure. Okay. And finding the most simplest thing, like which is like basically allowing yourself to have an education regarding zones in the market: supply zone, demand zone, fair value gaps, and also I'll be telling regarding ORB. Okay. ORB, supply zone, demand zone, and all these things. ORB strategy, you don't require this zones thing, but this zone is very important for you to do a market analysis of what can look good, like what prediction of yours shall be great, shall be successful or not. For that, you need to understand the market analysis, which is basically finding zones in the market, finding supply zone, finding demand zone, finding fair value gap. Supply zone can give you a straight up signal of go for sell. Demand zone can give you a straight up signal for go for buy. Fair value gap is basically for two things. One, a very small retracement it can take, or other thing is re-entry in demand. Because we have seen a lot of time, let's understand the concept of fair value gap first. Okay, so I'll do this. And this is a Christmas gift. Okay, this is right over here. I'll just keep it over here for all of you people to check out the Christmas gift, 200 USDT free. Okay, so you don't mess on this thing as well. It's a very important deal. You have to completely check out. In here, I will be explaining my topic, which is the fair value gap, and why it is important, how it is important. Each and every of those things we'll discuss one by one by one. Okay, for starters, let's understand this one thing: why crypto market is having a very huge investment, why it is having a huge value. Okay, in the crypto market there are 4 to 5 people who are basically makers and takers. Both they sometimes behave like makers and sometimes they behave like takers of the market. Maker is basically what, the one who is like investing in a very huge amount from the market. Okay, like for example, there are 4 to 5 people. Like I said, there is a big player in the market. Okay, who has who use huge investment, basically the one who makes a very good investment in the market, not your 10,000, not your 50,000. I'm talking about in millions, in 1 million to maybe 1 billion kind of investment. This kind of investment this big player makes, also made by the industrial people, also made by a corporate people. Corporate, also made by corporate people, also made by whales in the market. Whales and big player are very same thing. Okay, but the only difference between big player and the whales is whales hold it for a longer period of time. You can consider whales are basically the spot traders. The one who trades in a spot buys a very heavy quantity in a cheap price, and they will hold it for maybe 1 year, maybe 2 year, maybe 3 year, maybe 4 year, maybe 5 year, maybe 5 year, maybe 6 year. You can hold it and then they will sell. Those are basically whales who are having a very huge quantity with themselves. They can make the market fall at any time, but for making they have to invest. Whales are those people who are already having a very good huge quantities of the cryptocurrency. Whales are basically those people who are having a very huge quantity of cryptocurrency. Can be very huge amount of Bitcoin, very huge amount of Ethereum, very huge amount of Solana, and blah blah things. We have recently seen on the not on the December. We have seen it on like September and August time. September and August time, we saw the market dumped in a very huge price from 126. It straight up dropped to 90, 80 level, 90, 80 level. Why? Because of the whale. There was one of a whale who tried to liquidate 33,000 of Bitcoin, and he was holding more than 80,000 of Bitcoin, in which he liquidated 33,000 of Bitcoin. Okay, now with this huge amount of Bitcoin, when he liquidate is basically he wanted to sell those, he wanted to cash in those in dollar so that he can earn good amount of profit from it. Okay, so this thing makes the market fall very easily, and the investment of the industrial people for everyday daily traded, because like I said to you, cryptocurrency's sole purpose is for transaction. Now industrial people and corporate people are those people who makes the daily transaction, who are right now avoiding the traditional way of investment, traditional way of transaction, which was the bank, and they are trying to avoid it because they are finding the more useful platform, which is basically your blockchain system. Blockchain system can avoid every of those bank rules, regulations, and it cannot be tracked. Bank cannot keep the activity track, like what you did, what you did, in which account you made, in which account you transferred, every of those things. Bank cannot do. Now blockchain system can avoid those things. Bank cannot interfere in transaction. Bank cannot interfere in whose account you're sending, whose account you're not sending. Every of these things, bank cannot interfere. For which industrial and corporate people are those people who are more opting to the cryptocurrency, basically more opting to the blockchain systems for any kind of transaction which they want to make, digital transaction basically. Okay, now in this, USDT plays the bigger role. USDT plays a bigger role. Why? Because the main base is USDT. Base is our USDT. Now they used to use a traditional way, which is USD, which is our dollar. They used to be used in a traditional way. But if you want to convert this USD into USDT, then this dollar, the traditional one, becomes a digital dollar, which is cannot be controlled by the bank, cannot be controlled by the government, cannot be controlled by anything. It's a USDT with which they invest in more other cryptocurrency, maybe BTC, maybe Ethereum, maybe XRP, maybe Solana, or so on and so on and so on, in which they will. USDT is a base to enter into the cryptocurrency basically. Welcome user 961657. Welcome on the live stream. Thank you so much for coming on this live stream. Thank you so much for being a part. I really appreciate it. If you want, if you are a new user, please do tell me. I can provide you one Dogecoin for completely free of cost. Okay. And for that, I really appreciate each and everybody of you coming for the live stream. I can provide you one Dogecoin as a free gift. Okay, free gift of one Dogecoin for each and every person. Each and every person. All the people who are new users can available this offer from my side. Plus, if you are an old user, you want a bigger gift, then I have 200 USDT gift for you. This is a Christmas gift which I am giving it to each and everybody. Okay. For that, you just need to make sure to make a live stream deposit in the live stream. That's all. Okay. So as we were discussing, the supply, demand, and FVG. Okay, these are the three main things for you to do the analyze: supply zone, demand zone, and a fair value gap. I have explained you these things a lot of time, but like I said to you in this live stream, every day a new people comes, and even if when I was explaining, people come and go, they don't stay and they don't watch the content. They come, they go, they come, they go, they come, they go. So for that thing, I have to explain it again and again. Supply zone is created by what? Supply zone is basically what? Supply zone is when you do heavy selling. Heavy selling. When we see market is going down in a very heavy way, this is basically what our supply. When whales, big player are doing heavy selling, maybe trying to take out the profit, whatever profit they want to try to take out the profit or any of those things, they are basically doing heavy selling. Okay, these are the big player stuffs. Okay, welcome user 352336. Welcome on the live stream. Thank you so much for being a part. Thank you so much for coming down. I really appreciate you all the people for coming down like this. And I have one good offer for you: one Dogecoin if you are a new user, plus Christmas gift of 200 USDT. If you want to have those gifts from my side, please make sure to ask me in the comment section. Okay. Supply comes from where? Supply comes from the same people: whale, big player, industrial people, corporate people, any of those people. Okay. It can come from those only who invest more than 1 million people. Like invest plus take out from the market in a heavy quantity. Heavy quantity. Welcome user 840707. Welcome on the live stream. Thank you so much for coming down this live stream. Thank you so much for being a part of this live stream. So, big player, whales, industrial people, corporate people, these are the one who creates the heavy supply when they are decided to sell in a very heavy quantity of the cryptocurrency. It can be or any currency, it can be Bitcoin, it can mostly this whales, big player, industrial, corporate people, they deal with BTC and Ethereum mostly. They don't deal with the smaller coins. The smaller coins is for us. We can deal with those coins. Maybe we can think of it like every new coins whenever they come in the market, people invest in those coins in a heavy quantity to think that they can be the next Bitcoin, they can be the next Ethereum, so that we can earn a fortune from these coins. Okay, so After this is whales, this is big player, industrial people, corporate people. These are this many people which are the one who creates a supply. Supply generates what? Supply generates your supply is used for what? Supply. Whenever market has a supply, we get a signal. Signal. Signal of what? Signal of what we get? We get signal of short. That right now we have to go for a short sell. That means we have to predict that the market is falling right now. That is basically for the supply. Supply, heavy selling done by who people? Done by whales, done by big player, done by industrial people, done by corporate people, done by the smart money is basically the bank's money. Okay, smart money concept is basically the bank money when the bank invests in a very huge amount. Okay, these signals can come from where? From the supplies. What signal? For doing a short sell, in which by whenever we see the zone of the supply zone, I will tell you how to identify the zones as well. First, let's understand the theory, then we'll shift to the practical of where to find supply, how to find supply, how supply works, each and every of those things. Okay, now in this signal way, in this signal we get a supply zone before. In that supply, whenever the market hits that supply zone, we get an alert that right now we have to go for sell, in which you can predict the market very easily just by finding out zones in the market. Whenever market comes to the supply zone, we have to go for what? We have to go for short sell after confirmation. That is very, very important. After confirmation itself, we have to go for short. Now, demand. Demand creates what? Demand creates heavy investment, not selling, heavy investment, which is basically heavy buying. Heavy buying doesn't mean of 10,000, 50,000. No. Heavy investment means, which means of 1 million to 1 billion or 2 billion investment. Such kind of heavy investment starts from 1 million. Okay. Less than 1 million. Heavy buying doesn't mean of 10,000, 50,000. No. Heavy investment means, which means of 1 million to 1 billion or 2 billion investment. Such kind of heavy investment starts from 1 million. Okay. Less than 1 million. Welcome user 651132. I'm making you understand how to do the perfect market analysis just by finding out three topics. One is supply, demand, fair value gap. Just by understanding these three things, you can understand so much regarding market. So much means exactly so much. What you can do, what can happen, what is this, what is that. All those things can be understood by the supply, demand. Now, as I explained to supply, we are moving forward to the demand. In the demand, like I said to you, heavy investment should be done. Heavy investment of what? Heavy investment of 1 to 1 million it should start from. It should, anything less than 1 million is not an heavy investment. It is just a normal investment for the crypto market. Okay. In which we cannot see a good momentum in the market so that we can go for absolute buy or absolute sell to gain a very big, huge amount of profit. Okay. So for that thing, what you can do is 1 million to 1 to 2 billion investment is required, which is done not by you, not by me. Obviously, we don't have millions, billions amount of money. Okay. What we have is we have just very small USD 10, 20, 30, 40, 100,000, 10,000, 50,000. That's all we have. Okay. Now, in this scenario, whenever this heavy investment comes from where exactly the same place, this four people are not going to change. All supply, demand, fair value gap is created by these four people only. Whales, big player, industrial people, corporate people. Okay. You have heard this news so many times in the market. So many times you might have heard this news in the market where the like people like corporate people like Meta Planet, Game Point, what is that company's name? What is the company's name? That company's name was Research. It's a Michael Sellers company. I forgot the name of that company. He is also one of those companies only focused on the investment in the Bitcoin. Michael Sellers, MicroStrategy. Yes, MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy Meta Planet, Game Point, and there are so not like a lot of different companies who heavily invest in the cryptocurrency. Heavy investment of not into some very small points, not into like just like 10,000, 50,000. No, in millions, billions, I'm talking millions, billions amount of investment. Because see, they generate their money. Now they have to launder it or they have to make it as an investment, because they like keeping it at one place in one way is not going to do anything. So they have to change it. They have to make it different investment. Now they have opted. First, they used to do the stock market, then indices, the commodities, all this kind of investment. But as cryptocurrency came with a very great useful cases of the blockchain, which is safest and most secure safest and most secure blockchain, which generated what? Which generated the opportunity of this industrial corporate people to invest heavily to back themselves with the like inflation rate, or maybe let's say inflation rate, or let's say the exchange rate cut, the rules regulation which changes for the dollars, for those which they suffer losses, and even the bank which makes them pay a lot of taxes and other kind of money, like basically sleeping partner. So those can be avoided by the cryptocurrency for them, because unlike the gold, unlike the stock, this currency is used solely for transaction, not for anything. If you buy any stock, then you are a partially partner of that company. Nobody wants to be a partly. You cannot use that. You cannot transfer that stock to somebody and gain something from it. No, that transaction is not happening. Transaction happens from currency only. Now this is that place where currency is used as a transaction only, which is a digital currency, in which they invest heavily in 1 million, 500 million, 100 million, 200 million. We have seen so many news. If you haven't noticed those news, then please go and check out those news, in which a lot of, I can show you in the live as well. Okay, let's see in the live uh, crypto news. I will show you live in the crypto news. Let's go in here. Okay. It will be a very past news in which they are investing a lot. Like Metaplan invested this, MicroStrategy invested this, BlackRock CEO with the new IBIT, yeah, IBIT he invested in a very huge amount. More older news I need actually. Japan Bitcoin holder, not this, not this, not this, not this, not this, not this, not this. Recently, corporate people are not investing. I'll show you directly. Meta Planet Invest. See, right now, till now, Meta Planet invested 1.85 billion. He is holding a very huge, you will see the news section. Investment news. Filter it. Yes. Yes, see, if you can find out such kind of news, say Meta Planet buys 518 Bitcoin, surpasses 18,000 Bitcoin miles. So currently he has 18, more than 18,000 Bitcoin. Whenever such kind of news come, that means he has invested. If you, even if you want to buy 518 Bitcoin, and which is doing very regularly, like very rigorous. In the whole last year, it was just he was having a 100 of Bitcoin, which has jumped to 18,000. So you can see whenever he's doing the heavy buying, that means heavy money is coming inside the market, which means that the demand is increasing. This demand, which increases a big green candles, which goes straight up. That what we are required to find to make the prediction of Bitcoin can go for buy side. So this kind of news of industrial corporate people can help you find the demand zone. Plus, I will show you a practical way how you can find supply demand in over here. Okay, one theoretical way. This is right now I'm explaining in a theoretical way. Theories. In theories, this is the way how you can find news, or you can find from some blockchain systems. There is one blockchain. There is one website, not blockchain, which is called as gngm.io. This is that one website which tracks all the big, only the big investment in the market of the cryptocurrency. Big investment, basically big inflows, big outflows. Now, what do you understand by inflow and outflow? Inflow means what? Inflow is one very simple thing. Inflow is that how much money has entered in the market, which is basically investment. How much money is invested in the market is called as inflow. Outflow, which means how many money is taken out. That is whenever a trader, those whales take out profit from the market, take out profit outside. That is outflow of the market. Inflow means money going inside. Outflow means money coming out. So supply is basically what? Outflow of the market. Whenever whales, industrial people, big player, all these people, whenever they take out their profit, it results in outflow of the money, which results in the huge supply zone is created. Demand zone is created with the inflow whenever those people are investing in very heavy amount inside the market, creates inflow, creates demand, creates big opportunity to go for buy situation. Okay, now this is for the demand zone, which creates a signal of what? Create a signals of long for future trading. Okay, long for future trading. This is, I am not explaining anything regarding spot market. I am explaining you the perfection of the market analysis, which can be used for future trading better. Okay, so long from which we will go long. Short is basically prediction of market price falling down. Long is just the prediction of market price going up, going down, going up. Now, what do you understand by fair value gap? Fair value gap is basically the way they use this inflow and outflow, like strategy of taking out the money. Strategy going down, going up. Now, what do you understand by fair value gap? Fair value gap is basically the way they use. Fair value gap is basically what? Fair value gap is strategy of taking out the money. Strategy to put the money, strategy of inflow and strategy of outflow. Both. Both. Strategy of inflow and strategy of outflow. This is the two things. This is the two things. Strategy of inflow and strategy of outflow makes what? Makes fair value gap. Why? Why it is? Why it is? Okay, let me explain you why. First thing, understand that whenever you are investing in a very huge amount, obviously you will not go in one way, one go. Like, for example, if I want to invest 500 million inside the market, I will not just go and invest 500 in one. No, because that much people are not even ready to buy. For me to buy, this many people requires to sell as well in small quantity. They will be selling. Whenever you see in the market, in the order book, that somebody is trying to buy 21.7k worth of BTC. Okay, just an example. That doesn't mean that 21.7k exact value is ready for sell. It is divided. He buys in a part way. Somebody who is ready to sell 500, it will fill up this thing till the point it reaches 21.7k BTC. Okay, now in this way what is happening is creating gaps, because not every investment is going in one way. It's going in part. Now, understanding fair value gap requires a little huge amount of time, a little theory. Okay, 500, for example, like I said, 500 million investment. What those people will do is will do it in a part way. Maybe first 100, 100, 100, and one more 100. Okay, this five investment will go inside the market in a five different time, in the same price maybe, but the five different time. Okay, five different time, maybe, like for example, I entered for 100 million in the price of 92k. From 92k, when I make 100 million investment, obviously market is going to shift to 92 to maybe 99, maybe 98. Somewhere over here, market will go away. Right now, To liquidate that thing, again market will come down to the 92K level. Again, my next 100 million will go. Same. Again, come to this situation. Gap is created again. That is happening. What that market is coming to one point again and again. And what is that one point? 92K. Why? Because their fair value gap is created. Basically, what? Limit order. Whenever market hits higher price with the investment, I made 100 million investment, market reached 98, 99. It went high, right? It went to the higher price. After that, I'm again putting a limit order at my own price, that at 92K, another 100 million investment. I've told you this one thing very clearly, that if you want to make the market dance on your finger, then you need to show the market that big money as well. It's basically like that. No, I should not give you that reference. That is bad reference. So it's basically like the more money you throw at that market, the it will like dance on your finger more. But that money should be more, not like just your 10,000, 10 USD or something like that. No, the money should be at least millions and billions. When the market sees that there is $1 million ready to invest, but the price is at higher level, he will do its whatever he wants to do. He will make the price come back again to the 92K to grab your limit order which you have put at 92. Same thing again and again and again, it will keep on repeating. So basically, your fair value gap is what? Fair value gap is limit order. Why it is different than your limit order? The only one answer to is that you invest very less, big player invest in heavy amount. If you say, like for example, if I give you example, like okay, there are yeah, if you go to a shop and you buy one chocolate from it, like let's say that one chocolate is about 100 rupees. Okay, he's selling you at 100 rupees, that is should be sell at 100 rupees. He said that I want to sell this chocolate at 100 rupees. One you buy, let's say you buy five for 100 becomes 500 rupees, right? But what if a next person comes and he says, I want this chocolate, which is 100 rupee chocolate, but not at 100 rupees, but I will buy it at 80 rupees, but I'm gonna buy